Iran spent 40 years and an estimated $20 billion building one of the most layered air defense networks in the Middle East. S-300 batteries, domestically built BAVAR-373 systems, hundreds of radar arrays covering every major city, every nuclear site, every missile depot across 30 of 31 provinces. In the first 72 hours of Operation Epic Fury, it may have been functionally erased. Not by brute force, not by numbers, but by something Iran's radar operators could never see coming. On the night of February 28, 2026, pilots inside the F-35C Lightning II stealth fighters may have crossed into Iranian airspace without triggering a single alarm. No radar ping, no scramble order, no missile launch, just silence until the first explosion, then 12 more. Then the lights started going out across Iran's entire air defense network. By day 17 of the operation, 18 EA-18G Growler electronic attack aircraft may have suppressed over 500 radar targets across Iran. Iran's ballistic missile launch rate could have dropped 86%. Its drone warfare capacity may have fallen 73%. And the aircraft responsible for making all of that possible, the F-35, was never detected on a single Iranian radar. This is how the invisible war inside Operation Epic Fury may have been fought. And this is why Iran never had a chance to respond before it was already too late. Starting in late January 2026, Air Force F-35A Lightning II fighters were quietly repositioning. 6 aircraft reportedly landed at Lagos Field in the Azores on January 29th. Others could have staged through Diego Garcia. F-35CS from Carrier Air Wings aboard USS Abraham Lincoln and USS Gerald R. Ford may have been running what appeared to be routine patrols, but each flight could have been a surveillance pass, mapping Iranian radar frequencies, recording emission patterns, identifying coverage gaps in the BAVAR-373 network. Iran's integrated air defense system IADS may have been built around overlapping radar coverage. The BAVAR-373 is Iran's domestically developed long-range surface air missile system. Before the war, Iranian commanders reportedly claimed it could track stealth aircraft, the S-300 batteries. Acquired from Russia before sanctions tightened, covered TEHRAN and the nuclear enrichment facilities at Fordow and Natanz. Below those systems sit dozens of shorter range radar guided platforms. The Mersad, the 23 ZU-23 gun systems layered in concentric rings around high value targets. On paper, it looks impenetrable. But every radar system has a frequency. Every radar has a power signature. And the F-35C sensors could have been logging all of it. By the time Operation Epic Fury launched at 6:40 p.m. Eastern on February 28 U.S. Mission planners may have had a near-complete electronic map of Iran's air defense architecture, where every radar was, what frequency it operated on, how long its rotation cycle took, and exactly where the gaps were. The F-35 didn't just fly through those gaps. It could have helped create them. Before a single F-35 crossed the Iranian border on the opening night, the EA-18G Growlers were already airborne. According to Global Security or GES analysis of the air campaign, the EA-18G contingent across 3 carrier groups could have provided 15 dedicated jamming aircraft, a quantity sufficient to support simultaneous multiple strike packages across different target sets. Each Growler carries ALQ-99 tactical jamming pods on its underwing stations, plus AGM-88 high-speed anti-radiation missiles on the wingtips. The AGM-88 TEHRAN homes on radar emission signals. If an Iranian radar operator activates his system, the missile follows the beam back to its source at Mach 2. The effect is a choice. Stay silent and be blind, or turn on the radar and die. With the electronic corridor established, the F-35 seconds may have gone to work on the targets that required something no other aircraft in the strike package could provide: penetration of the most heavily defended airspace in the region. The F-35C's radar cross- section is reportedly approximately 0.1 square meters, roughly the size of a golf ball on radar, compared to approximately 400 square meters for a conventional fighter. Iran's remaining active radar systems may have been unable to distinguish the aircraft from background noise. Pilots could have been flying at medium minus to minus high altitude, well above the envelope of shorter minus range Iranian gun systems. Each F-35C may carry up to 4 GBU-31J. EA unguided bombs in its internal weapons bay. Internal carriage is critical for maintaining stealth, because external pylons would increase radar cross minus section significantly. Some aircraft may have been configured with 2 GBU-31 seconds and to AIM-120 IAM. Iran's investment in air defense may not have been irrational. Before 2026, many analysts considered the BAVAR-373 a credible regional deterrent. Iranian state media reported the system could track targets at ranges exceeding 300 kilometers and engage multiple targets simultaneously at altitudes up to 27 kilometers. By day 10 of Operation Epic Fury, satellite imagery may have shown Iran's major air bases in ruins. According to the Hudson Institute's analysis published on March 5, Tehran's ballistic missile salvos could have declined by roughly 70 to 85% since the first day of strikes. The IDF reportedly dismantled over 250 UAVs versus unneutralized hundreds of launchers. JINSA's operational update from March 13 may have noted that Iran's ballistic missile capability was functionally defeated. The numbers that paint the full picture. Iran may have launched over 500 ballistic missiles and approximately 0 drones since February 28. Of those, 241 ballistic missiles could have been destroyed in intercept, with 19 falling into the sea. U.S. forces may have struck over 5,500 targets across Iran. The missile launch rate could have dropped from peak capacity to roughly 14% of day 1 levels by day 10. The BAVAR-373 batteries the system's Iran claimed could defeat stealth aircraft may have been among the first targets destroyed on opening night. Without their radar, the missiles they carry have no guidance. They become expensive metal tubes pointed at the sky. 40 years of investment, functionally neutralized in hours. There's a lesson buried inside the technical details of this campaign, one that military planners in Beijing, Moscow, and Pyongyang could be studying very carefully right now. An air defense network is only as strong as its ability to see. The moment you can no longer see, the moment your radars go dark. Every missile battery becomes a pile of metal. Every hardened shelter becomes a static target. Every year of investment becomes irrelevant. The F-35 was not built for this war specifically. It was built for this type of war, the war against an adversary who has had decades to prepare, who has built deep, who has layered their defenses carefully, who believes that enough concrete and enough missiles can stop anything. It may have taken the combination of 15 Growlers, dozens of F-35 seconds, B-2 bombers, and thousands of precision weapons to dismantle what Iran built over for decades, and reportedly, it may have taken less than 72 hours to break the backbone of it. And tonight, somewhere over what remains of Iran's air defense network, an F-35 may still be flying circuits invisible, silent, and watching.